everybody. This is Zana Clark, Executive Wellness Coach. Welcome to my weekly show. Food is the best medicine, soul, body, mind. And this is where I show up every week to give you something that is nourishing, something that is food, nourishing food for either our physical body, our mental mind, or our heart-based soul, or all three. And in most cases, it is definitely all three. So we alternate between providing a actual food for the body and some kind of quick, delicious, nutritious, and simple recipe that you could make in 5 minutes or less. And we then go to something that is food for thought, right? Something for us to think about and to incorporate into our life. And that is our food for the mind, and that is our food for the soul. So last week we talked about a healthy ice cream. That was food for the body. And this week we are talking about food for the mind and food for the soul. And that is this concept of listening. Listening to what our inner self is telling us by what's showing up in our body and also kind of what shows up in our mind. It's this listening concept. And this comes from me. So I've been working with literally thousands of clients since I made a transition into being an executive wellness coach. And most of my clients are very high achieving women. They're women who are very passionate about what they do. Some of them are executives. Some of them are business owners. I even have ministers. I have nonprofit leaders. But they're all high achieving women. They have a passion. They've been dedicating their life to this passion. And they've been sacrificing themselves, right? They've been sacrificing themselves. Many of them are midlife now, and they're thinking about what's next. They know they have so much more in them to give. Either they want to give it in their current position, or they want to do something more. They want to speak, right? We go on speaking engagements. They want to write books, right? Some of them are ready to go in a totally new direction. Some are successful. They sold their business, and they're looking for the what's next. And so they come to me because they have health challenges. Things have started to show up in their body. And what I found from working with all these thousands of clients over the years is that when they start listening, those are my clients that do the best. They stress less, they get well, and they become happier. They're finding what they love to do. And they're going out and they're making a much greater, bigger, positive impact in this world. And I love that. I love that. So this concept of listening is so important. And so today's topic is 2 key stress signs that you're not listening to your body. And I decided to start this as a series. And it's a series that I'll be talking about more this week on Facebook Live, and giving some specific stress signs that you can look at and what you can do to overcome it. But I wanted to start with my story so you know a little bit more about me. And I used to be like many of the clients that I have now, many of those women, stressed, midlife, super committed to my passion. At that time, it was being an attorney. I was a senior business executive with General Electric Company and traveling all over the world and supported divisions all over the world with my legal background, my prior background. And I thought this was the life I wanted. I thought this was the form of success that I wanted. But what I didn't know was that my body was sending messages to me. And I wasn't listening to those messages. And eventually they started to show up in my body. First as hypertension, high blood pressure, then as prediabetes, and I even had a cancer scare. And that cancer scare was my wake up call. So some people think of cancer as something frightening. I often think of it as just our wake up call, right? And it took me being in a doctor's office and hearing that doctor say the word cancer, 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 cancer 25 times in 10 minutes. And yes, I literally counted because I was so appalled at what I was hearing. It took that incident for me to actually listen to what my heart was saying, to what my body was saying, what my soul had been crying out for some time. Yeah, I had heard it before. I had heard it before many, many times, but I'd never really listened. I was too busy building my successful life. And I'm sure many of you out there can relate to this. We get so busy with life that we forget that we are a key part of this life, right? So that was my turning point to my journey to wellness. And first, I started by focusing just on my body. And I started doing, what I thought were the right things. I actually started getting more education on what's the right things. I actually decided to go back to school and learn physically with my master's in integrative nutrition and therapeutic herbalism and coaching what I should be doing. But I learned that that wasn't enough, right? I was listening to my body. But I also had to look at what was going on in my mind. And yes, I needed to learn how to change conscious level actions, like my dietary actions, my lifestyle actions. I had to learn that. But I also needed to work on the subconscious level. I needed to work on this patterning, these beliefs that I had about what's important to me, what success is, what's my definition of success. I thought I had the American dream success. What I was learning was about true soul success, right? And I had to go deep into my soul and learn to listen to my heart, right? And really figure out what was important to me. So what I've learned is that you need an integrated approach, right? You have to have a soul approach, a body approach, a mind approach. And it works best if it's all integrated and we can embody it. And then we can actually hear those messages. We can find the significance of them. And we ultimately stress less and we get well. My diabetes, my pre-diabetes went away. I normalized my blood sugar. I normalized my blood pressure levels, right? That's one key stress sign right there. I normalized my blood pressure levels. And I've not had any more cancer scares. I've changed the terrain of my body, that ecology of my body, from what I do with diet and lifestyle, what I do with my mindset, and what I do by tapping into my soul. So it really, really is this soul, body, mind approach, this integrated, embodied approach that has gotten me from a life that I thought was successful to a life where I feel vibrant, right? I feel like I have vibrant health. I feel like I have energy. I feel like I'm now doing my career and I have a relationship and I have freedom to do things that I love. That's my success. That's true soul success. So that's an example of what can happen when we're not listening to our body, and how when we embody this integrative approach, we can hear those messages, and we can hear what is right for us to do, because what's right for me is not right for you, right? There may be pieces that are similar, but we want to hear what is right for each of us. So yes, so that's what I want to talk to you about this week, is this concept of listening to the body, listening to the mind, listening to the soul, this integrative approach. And what are some key stress signs that we're not listening to our body? I will tell you the first two that I'm going to talk about are going to be tied to the digestive tract. And I had a client just this week who came to me with some bloating and some constipation. And what was their remedy? To go to over the counter medications that could help alleviate the symptoms. But as we were talking more about what this was indicating to her body, we came up with some different fixes. And that's what we're going to talk about this week. So stay tuned this week. This is such an important topic. It will change your body and your life. And so we're going to get started with this topic. This is the direction of my practice. So if you are looking for somebody who is a licensed dietitian, nutritionist, and can help you with the body piece, who is an integrative practitioner and can help you with that mind and that soul piece, and a coach to put it all together so that it's not going to take you 5-10 years to get this. You can get it a lot quicker. You can learn from my experience. Yes, it took me 5-10 years to put it all together, but you can learn from my experience, my personal experience, and those from the thousands of women that I've been working with. I also work with men, but most people who come to me, they are high achieving women. They are like me. And so if you are in that category, you have a passion and you are out there and you're doing your thing, whether it's in your company or for your own business or for your ministry, and there's stuff showing up in your body, you want to follow me this week. If you can't join me for the Facebook Lives, just watch the recordings, get a little piece. I'm going to be sharing more and more and more, not just this week, but this month. And this is the practice that I do. So I look forward to talking to you. Let's see, I'm going to bring on my producer, Miss Michelle Murray, and we can see if there are questions that came up today. Hello, Miss Michelle Murray.
Hello, Zana. Looks like you were in a beautiful setting, stress-free.
And I am, because I listened to myself today, my soul. I said I would be outside, and my body that's enjoying the vitamin D from the sunshine.
Right? Yes.
So vitamin
I want to
D.
be outside too. Maybe I'll be outside next time. So.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Well, we have a comment and a question.
Oh, very good.
So I like this comment. It says, listening to our body so important, quicker than the Band-Aid system. I like that.
Yeah, we're all looking for that quick fix, huh?
Yeah, right. And then Patricia wants to know, so she said, what you're saying is that fear, nutrition, and disease are connected?
Oh, very good question there. And yeah, they are definitely connected. So even if you think about like fear and where fear shows up in our body, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So one of the places when I'm afraid, it shows up in my stomach. Like I feel that knot,
absolutely.
Right? That knot in the stomach. And why is that? Is because the stress response system pulls all of the blood from our internal organs out to the periphery so that we can escape that fearful, stressful event, right? It's going to pull it to your brain, to your eyes, to your arm, not to your digestive system. And so, yeah, you're going to feel it in there. And that's going to affect your ability to absorb nutrients. So your nutrition, right? Yeah. It's going to trigger hunger hormones that are going to make you look for things that are going to give you a big boost of energy so you can get away from that stressor. And what is that? Sugar. So, so I had a client tell me today that he's been reaching for just everything that was junk food and gave him sugar. And why? Because he was under fear, right? He's going for a new job. So yes, and if we keep up that pattern, it will result in dis-ease, right? So that means we don't have ease in our life, and that shows up as a dis-ease, a diagnosis. So excellent question, Pat. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm actually curious to know more about how it all integrates together, which you're going to be going over this week. How the, I guess, body nutrition piece would integrate with the maybe like the stress reduction or like, you know, it all ties together.
Yeah, and that's it, because most of us, we don't think about integration. We think fragmented, right? Even mind, body, soul. We think, oh, I'm going to go to my yoga class over here for my like stress relief. I'm going to go to my church over here for my soul.
Right.
And oh, I'm going to go to the gym or Weight Watchers for my body. So we're going all over the place. But when it can be offered in a comprehensive way and a real integrative way, and we can embody it, then the change happens, right?
Check out this. I just like this comment. So you do teach how to chill.
How to chill. Yes, we all need to know how to chill.
Yes.
Yeah, and in fact, I have a membership that will be starting in September, and in that membership we do chill classes because I teach Kundalini yoga, and so
yes, I have to tell you folks that the Kundalini yoga is wonderful. It really is. It's very centering. So.
Yeah, so beautiful. So join me this week. I will be getting on Facebook Live more this week, and we'll be talking about some of these key stress signs that show up that are indicators that we're not listening and what we can do about it. Okay.
So yeah. Zana, let's tell the people, or so where will people be able to find out when you're going to be doing this Facebook Live? Where will we alert everybody?
So we will be alerting people in my private Facebook group, Real Food, Real Joy, Real Healing. That's a phenomenal Facebook group to join, not just to be alerted about what we're going to be doing next, but you can get some great food for the body. So all the recipes from our regular shows are there. People are sharing ways that they take food and integrate it into their life in a very simple, embodied manner. So we do lots of practical sharing there. So definitely go there. Also, you can join me on my website, www.zanaclark.com. I do offer complimentary strategy sessions for people who feel that, yes, they're ready to listen to their bodies and make some kind of change. And we can see where you are and where you want to go to and what's the next best step for you to take to get there. So join me in either of those places, www.zanaclark.com or the private Facebook group, Real Food, Real Joy, Real Healing, or just...
And we will also update you on Zana's Facebook page and on her Instagram page. And Zana, I just would love for you to tell people what the free gift is.
So we have a current
show
that was based on our August theme, which is healthy ice creams, right? So we all love ice cream. That's the number one thing my clients come back and tell me that they ate when they come back from vacation. So we have a variety of healthy ice creams. And so I put them together in an ebook for you. There are 6 soul nourishing, body nourishing, healthy ice cream recipes, and they are 2 ingredients. So very simple, very quick to make. So yes, so if you jump over, you can get the free gift at www.zanaclark.com.
Okay.
So I look forward to talking to everybody this week. Post questions, post comments, let your friends know this is such an important topic. We have to listen. So I'll see you next week. Have a great, wonderful, magical week. Bye.